I'm not having fun. So I want to preface this video by saying that peripherals is currently right now my least favorite hobby to be in. And that's for multiple reasons we're going to get into in this video. But I just want to start by saying that I do appreciate the community I've built around peripherals. But I think as I'm getting older, I want to start pivoting my content just to more just me and not actually being a review channel. We'll get there. But let's get the video started. Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So like I said, I'm not having fun at all anymore with the peripheral scene. It's for one of two reasons. Reason one is that peripherals aren't getting better to a point that makes wanting to make videos fun. I'm about to show you 4 different mice and I'm going to read off their specs and I want you to tell me the differences. So here we are. 4 mice. These are the 4 mice I actively use to keep on my desk. The Lamzu Inca, the T-Evolution Terra, the Pulsar Crazy Light, and the Hitscan Hyperlight. Each of these mice use a 3950 sensor. Each of these mice are sub 50 grams, closer to the 30 to 45 gram range. Each of these mice have really good stock skates. Every single one of them has great clicks. Every single one of them has great scroll wheels. They all have their nuances that make me choose one or the other. Like this is a ZA13 inspired shape. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's a really cool mouse and I enjoy using it. This is the G703 shape, one of my all-time favorite ergonomic mice shapes, and I'm going to continue using it. This is like a very small ambidextrous mouse, and it's not a back hump, so I really enjoy using it. This is the Pulsar Crazy Light. I'm not going to talk more about it. I love the Crazy Light. I love the X2 shape. I'm going to continue using it. With me saying that, there's nothing really differentiating these mice outside the shapes, and that's the entire scene right now. None of the larger brands are making anything new because everything out currently has been made. We're getting more G Pro clones, we're getting more Viper Mini SC clones, we're getting more EC clones, and it's just not fun to be a part of watching Attack Shark make their 7th X8 with a freaking 3950 sensor in it and 50 grams. Like, it's just not exciting anymore. It's come to the same thing with Mousepads. I've had this realization with Mousepads. If you guys have looked at my channel, I haven't made a Mousepad video or I haven't made a dedicated review of a Mousepad video, and I would say like 6-7 months. I could be 100% wrong. I've only been doing roundups and impressions on products I think people would care about, and that's just because Mousepads got boring really fast. I've been doing YouTube and the peripheral scene for, I would say, just under 2 years, just over, something along that. I uploaded my first video in 2023 in January, I think. It was fun because at the time, the HTX was like the most revolutionary mouse. It was incredibly lightweight, and I think it was 39 grams, something like that. It was incredibly well performing, great sensor, great specs, just everything. It was a first of its kind from a random Chinese brand. Instead of being the original creaky mess that G-Wills was known for, this was a genuine good product that I stood behind for a long time. And I still do. The AHX is one of my all-time favorite shapes. But having that cycle repeat of the only thing getting better is the weight of the mouse and not the performance, because after the 3395, I don't think sensor tech has improved enough for me to say that going to the 3950 makes sense. And it's just super boring. I'm not having fun reviewing mice or reviewing mouse pads. If you guys haven't noticed, I've slowed down the production on this channel a lot. I used to try and get a video out a week, and now it's a video out whenever I feel like it. And I don't like doing that. I like making videos. I just don't like making videos on peripherals anymore because I can't stand them. That brings me into point number 2, why I think the hobby is getting boring. And that's because of something I will make a video on later, but that's just the elitism in our scene and how everyone is super opinionated without ever listening to others' opinions. People will tell you that this is the best mouse ever, and if you hate that, they hate you pretty much. It's the same thing in every hobby. Every hobby has their group of elitists that makes a hobby boring, but because the peripheral community we are such a small, tight-knit community, it's different when those detractors come into the space. Like, I'm not going to name names, but you know exactly, I don't have to say it. It's the toxicity in the community where there really shouldn't be. It's plastic and chips, and the amount of drama that happens in our scene on a monthly basis. We could make our own calendar of drama in the peripheral scene, and it's plastic. It's plastic. How could you create drama around plastic? I get stealing shapes. I get bad mice being overpriced. But why are there pedophiles in the space? I don't get it. It's like every other week someone's messaging minors. It's just plastic. But But besides that, it's just overall not been an enjoyable space to be in outside the initial, like, couple thousand people that have been in the scene for as long as I've been in the scene. And I'm just going to mention a couple people like Scowie has been around, or Scowie? You know who you are if you're watching this video. Fantastic individual. One of my favorite people to talk to in the community. And he's been around since before I started making YouTube videos. And it's those people in the community that's been around forever that are super chill to talk to because they're seasoned. Like Stan, he used to do a bunch of stuff at a bunch of large brands. I forgot. He says it all the time. He's a really cool guy. You got Bilbo Teabaggins, hilarious name. Everyone just calls him Bilbo. He like another just guy who's been in the scene forever. And it's those are just chill guys that have been in the scene forever. And it's when people at like when people start joining into the scene from other communities, not to sound like a gatekeeper or an elitist, but it's pretty obvious when someone's not that in the peripherals, when they get when they're super opinionated and biased, they don't really see the nuance in conversation. And it's because of that kind of toxicity in our scene that makes it really unenjoyable to be in. I might even cut this all out the video. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm not having fun reviewing anymore. So I think I've made like 3 things are changing videos in the last few months. And that's because I keep losing inspiration. I keep trying to find what I enjoy doing in terms of making content, in terms of peripherals. I like making content. I like the process of editing. I like the process of filming by myself, shooting B-roll, setting up lighting, setting up scenes. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I've only gotten better and better and better at it. But the issue is that the revenue or the avenue that I'm making content in doesn't allow for me expanding my knowledge base and what I know how to do to actually exceed. I could learn how to shoot the best B-roll in the world. I could make a mouse float between my hands with smoke everywhere. But it's not really something that is going to get appreciated as much as the kind of thing I want to get into, which is more cinematography, filmmaking style videos. I'm working on a mini documentary. It's a short film kind of called Serenity. And it's kind of just like will be the last hoopla in the peripheral scene because I believe I've achieved endgame. I haven't removed stuff off my desk in a minute, and I don't plan on swapping my keyboard out again. I'm buying my Wooting again real soon, but that's going to be just one of 3 keyboards I use. My mouse pad has been the same mouse pad, the Kurosun Shogun. I just haven't had a reason to switch it. It's good. Same thing with the Pulsar Crazy Light. Perfect mouse. So when you find this kind of stuff, it makes it real not fun when everything is boring. I'm making a small short film that's just going over my thoughts. Not thoughts, but that's going over... Yeah, no, I guess it would be a documentary. Yeah. Okay, so I'm working on a documentary that's going to be kind of like my journey through the peripheral scene, from where I started, how I got into it, and then I'm getting a bunch of testimonials. I have a Google form open right now, so if you are wanting to be in this video, I'll put that in the description. Anyone who even makes it this far into the video, bless your hearts. This is probably a long one. I don't know, but all this to say that I want to start getting into more cinematic and filmmaking style videos alongside more just commentary, just off the cuff, just me talking videos. I made a second channel just for this, but I never ended up using it because I was taking up all my time doing mouse reviews, and I don't want to do them anymore. So with that, I'm not going to quit making content. I'm just going to do a hard 90. I'm just going to do a hard 90-degree turn. Like, I'm talking about the hardest 90-degree ever because I have a lot of opinions and a lot of different things, and I don't want to focus on just one of them. So on this channel, I'll just be doing whatever I feel like. So if you don't like that, subscribe twice subscribe twice if you don't like that. But yeah, I won't stop doing reviews. I might stop focusing on fully peripherals, but I'm still working on my monitor review. I'm just waiting on my new camera to come because the monitor is 240 hertz and my camera only shoots 120 FPS, so I can't capture the difference in motion clarity, motion latency. So I'm waiting to get my new camera so I can shoot at higher frame rates and actually show you the differences in monitors in terms of color and contrast and all that. But I want to do that. I'm actually working. I started working on a retrospective to one of my favorite DSLR cameras ever. This is the Nikon D5100. This is by far one of my favorite cameras to shoot with, and I'm working on a retrospective around it because this camera came out in like 2008, and it's pretty old, but it's still super powerful as a photo camera, and I will be giving away one of these. I'm teasing that now. The video's nowhere near done, but this could be yours. Okay, let me stop. Okay, but yeah, that's all. I'm going to do a hard pivot in my content. If you don't like that, Thank you for all your support through the time. But if you aren't really a big fan of my journey and where I plan on going, then I apologize. But I do want to grow more as a content creator and grow more as a videographer and cinematographer, and peripheral videos just aren't doing what I want them to do because they aren't the subject that I want to be pointing my camera at. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, subscribe, leave a like if you did. Comment helps with the engagement, helps boost my video and the algorithm so people know I'm changing. But yeah, other than that, that should be all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.